Hi, Patreon. I'm looking at a camera because we're in the studio today. We're not always, but it's just going to be me today, Hanna. Mackenzie's on her way to Fashion Week. But actually, I'm not alone. I have a guest today. I'm so excited. Shira, wait, you told me Benarde.
Yes.
Did I get it? Okay.
It's okay.
I was like, you know how when you tell somebody how to say something and then they just start thinking the opposite?
It's my life. It's okay. I don't even know how to say my last name.
That's
I'm being
all right.
so honest.
Well, I do because I'm your close personal friend, Hanna, and you're Shira Benarde. But you're amazing, and we've been trying to meet for a while.
Yes, we've been trying to meet for so long. You guys have just been like so supportive of NightCap, and it's just like the coolest thing. Like when you guys post these videos, I'm like, oh my God, someone's using it.
We are. We tell everybody as much as we can about all the safety products. So you are the creator and the CEO of NightCap.
Yes.
You were on Shark Tank. Mm-hmm. You were 30 under 30 for Forbes. No big deal. Yeah. And you've just been such a supporter and a partner of the show, and also my self-defense workshops, the Don't Get Killed Club.
Oh, you're so iconic for that, though. Like, it's so needed. It's so needed. And the name is so good. Like, you're crushing that. Thank you for what you're doing. It's really important.
Stop! We could just go back and forth. But that's how we met. I mean, I started the workshops because obviously we have a lot of bad stories on dating detectives. And I was like, kind of want to learn how to, I don't know, like punch someone if I have to.
Right.
And then I thought it would be cool to give people products. Mm-hmm. And when I Googled like safety products and found yours, it's the only one I could find that was like it. Mm-hmm. It was so dating detectives, like something that's kind of not just for girls, but like girl driven. It's a very girl product.
For sure.
Can you just tell us everything about coming up with it? Yeah. And I need to hear about Shark Tank.
Yes, I will tell you all. Well, the product itself, because I kind of jump into this and I want to explain for people that don't know what it is. It is a scrunchie. The main hero product is a scrunchie that you can functionally wear like in your hair, on your wrist. And then when you go out to the bar, you just pull out. We have a demo happening.
I'm doing it.
We pull out the cover, place it right over the top of your drink, and then pop in a straw.
Okay, so I'm going to do it right now on a LaCroix.
Yeah, so like typically
it's not a LaCroix.
But yeah, typically it's a solo shaped cup, a glass at the bar kind of thing.
But this does work.
It does work. People
size.
do use them on cans, and it works great. But anyway, so I invented NightCap after a scary situation. I had a friend that had her drink spiked at the bar, and I kind of just felt hopeless. And a few weeks later, I went to bed one night and thought of this idea when I was sleeping of a scrunchie that doubles as a drink cover.
Oh my God.
To protect yourself when going out. And I was 16 at the time. So I literally was like, okay, I'm gonna make this. How do I make this a tangible physical thing? So I ran around my house and I was like, let's check out my mom's closet. So
scrunchies, sure.
Running around, I'm like, okay, there's some like stockings here. Grabbed the stockings, grabbed like an old scrunchie from my room, ran around my house. I like taped it together. And then I sat down with my dad and I was like, wait, I think I have something here. And he was like, I think you do too. He's like, this is called NightCap or Top Hat. And I'm like, NightCap.
Wait, Top Hat's kind of funny. I like NightCap is the right choice.
Yeah.
But Top Hat's funny.
It's the right choice, but it's totally part of the story. Like,
yes.
Top Hat. It could have been Top Hat.
Also, I'm like, I have it on now.
It's
I'm
so
like,
cutie.
I'll just sip my little drink with my NightCap while you tell me the story.
So yeah, I love this. Yeah. So that was the original. That's how the prototype was made, and then from there, it was like I felt like it could save someone's life. So I was like, let me just keep going with this. And also, I want something for when I go to college.
You were 16
yeah,
making this.
I was 16. So I just kept doing like little things with my dad. We went to a patent office and we were like, let's patent this and let's get a logo made and let's call local seamstress to get some prototypes made. So like the very beginning, the prototypes were like gymnastics leotard and like textbook covers and socks, and they were patterned and didn't match at all. We were just trying to get it to how
work.
It functioned. Yeah, to work. And so we finally got it to work. And then my brother, he was going to Florida State University at the time, and he was like, this is a huge, huge problem on my college campus. And he saw my prototype and he's like, I want to help you with this. So he ended up dropping everything and started to work on it with me and like started manufacturing them in Texas. I was like, what is going on? But then
was he like studying business or something, or he was just like,
no,
I'm passionate about this?
He was passionate about it, and he was studying political science, and he was about to go to law school, and he did not end up going to law school. He ended up actually doing another year.
I also almost went to law school and then didn't. So I
perfect
love
for
people
you.
who were like, yeah, I'm going to law school. And then
they're also in a great, this is like, you know, the whole show, it just makes sense.
We find our way into the right thing. So that's so perfect. And I did watch you on Shark Tank.
Yes.
You guys are adorable.
Oh, thank you.
Because you were like 16.
Yeah.
Still?
I was 17.
Okay.
Let's get that straight. No, I'm kidding. So
it's much less impressive that you're 17.
Yeah.
Sure.
The same thing. Same exact thing. But yeah, a year in, we ended up applying for Shark Tank. And that process it took a while. Like from applying to like airing on the show probably took like a year. But we went out there. I mean, it sounds a lot like easier said than done, but like, you know, we pitched a lot. We practiced a lot. We also were the COVID season. So we were in a hotel room for 10 days before we actually went out and did that whole thing.
Oh, wow.
But, yeah, we ended up getting a deal with Lori.
Yes, you did.
That's our girlie.
Just before we get into talking about like very important safety stuff.
Yeah.
What is she like and what is Shark Tank like for all the other like my mom especially, that's like her show in the background all the time.
Such a good background show.
I really do love Shark Tank. Like it's always fun. It's always fun.
Uh-huh.
And those pitches are tough to do well.
They are. And at the end of the day, it is TV. So like, you know, not all of them are great companies. Like, you know, so see, we didn't want to get like made fun of at all. We were a little scared.
I bet, but also you were great. And I just love that everyone was like, oh, this is the kind of product that we're all kind of mad that it didn't already exist. Which is how you know it's good.
It's one of those. It's definitely one of those, like, how has this not existed before?
Yeah.
But also, people didn't cover their drinks like when we started. So it was really hard to convince people that this is something you need to do before something happens. Like, typically people will get a nightcap like after something happens, which is like awful. But covering your drink was not normal. It was like a very weird thing to do. It just different, and we had to normalize doing something like this to get people to buy the product and like use the product. Like it's a good idea, but it's like, okay, this is changing how you go out. Like, it's literally,
you have to remember to do it. You have to, I mean, but who doesn't have like a rubber band on your wrist? Once I just like I have a few, obviously you sent me a lot. I just kind of keep them in my like going out purses just to like have one.
I love this.
And it's very helpful. And I was saying to Cassie at Dear Media before, I was like, I didn't realize how much I spilled before I started using NightCap because it like actually helps with that too. It's just a shield.
Yeah, it is a shield. It's like a little nylon spandex like bathing suit material. So if you spill it, like you'll see it. I spill a lot too. When I'm dancing, I'm oh, this is really nice.
It's covering everything. And you mentioned COVID. I'm like, it's also better than putting your mouth on all the drinks and everything. You can like, put the little straw.
Some people use it for their cats drinking their water. I didn't know cats did that until like recently. I saw my friend's cat drink her water and I'm like, oh, now I get why people say that. Like that's
it turns it into a little adult sippy cup and also saves a life. So there's no problems.
Multifunctional.
Have you heard from people who have used it and gotten good stories of how it's helped them?
Yeah, in general, people say that like it gives them peace of mind and like they can't go out without it. We've also like heard obvious like horror stories of people saying that they found pills and powders on top of their drinks with NightCap on it because they were in a dark club and the perpetrator didn't see it on their drink. So they went into like the better lit lobby and there was literal crushed up like powder. We've gotten that multiple times.
People are crazy. Like, I'm a broken record with dating detectives, but I'm constantly just like, why are people doing this?
Well, it's like something we can't comprehend.
You
like,
can't comprehend it if you wouldn't do it, I think. And that's very much this.
It's very hard to comprehend.
I also am like, what an idiot. Like there's a literal hot pink thing.
Right.
But they can't see.
They can't see it sometimes. Because, you know, like I live in a smaller city. Like there's not really big nightlife there. I live in South Florida, but not Miami, not Fort Lauderdale, not that.
You're like, I live in Miami. There's not big nightlife.
No, like I live in West Palm Beach and it's like, you know, it's calm. It's like, but when I go to New York or when I go to Miami, even here in LA, I'm like, oh yeah, duh.
Yeah.
But these clubs, they're pitch black. And I'm like, oh, this actually, people need this.
Yeah.
In my little small town, I'm like, there's 1-2 bars to go to.
Well, I'm jumping ahead because we got a comment from someone that I was like, oh, I'm so glad she shared this. I wish it didn't happen. There's my comment. She basically, very quick, was just like, this just happened to me about a month ago. I kind of remember. I printed out all these things.
Recent story.
I know. This literally just happened to me a little over a month ago. I live in a 55 plus community and it happened here at our bar. I ended up in the ER. It was bad. And that's what she said. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry that happened. But it also got me thinking, like you say, oh, I live in a smaller town, not huge nightlife. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
It's so scary how it can happen anywhere. And I really want to emphasize this at my latest workshop. Somebody said, and I get where they were coming from, but she was like, oh, I'm like over 50. So I like to think that hopefully no man is going to want to abduct me. And I think we assume that this will only happen to like young, skinny blondes.
Young women at a party drinking out of Soul Cup and they're super, super, super drunk.
Yeah. No.
Everything we learned about drink spiking is wrong.
Ooh, okay. Tell me what I've learned that's wrong.
That we think that it's a stereotypical person that gets roofied, or that drink spiking doesn't really happen. It's like, those are actually completely not true. It can happen no matter what you're drinking. It actually happens a lot when people are drinking water, in intimate events. So when you go to pregame or like a nice little happy hour, or a
small house
work
party.
conference, like those kind of things, like where people, that's actually where it's very likely to happen. And happens to no matter what gender, age, like you said.
Definitely.
And that is the most common response, is like, I didn't think it would happen to me. No one thinks it's going to happen to them. But I get this in my life all the time of like, typically 50 to 60-year-olds will be like, men or women, they'll be like, oh, like, yeah, you need that, but I don't.
Right.
And then
it's like college. Let me give this to my niece who's going to college.
Yes. And I hate to be the Karen, but I'm like, wait, this is where I like need to be like,
this is like an okay type of Karen, please.
Yeah, I know. But I hate to be like, well, actually it happens to anyone.
Yeah.
And typically, I mean, right now, men are being targeted and robbed. And it's a big thing happening in Miami and Atlanta. Women are spiking men's drinks to take their money, use their face ID to take their bank accounts. I hear this so often, like so often. It is wild, but it's, it's going against what we've always, at least what I grew up learning or hearing. It was just like, oh, drink spiking this or drink spiking that, like, it doesn't really happen. And like, you just assume that it's someone in that situation, a college girl, young college girl.
I mean, we call them date rape drugs.
Yes.
Because that's kind of all they're associated with. And while that's so important, I'm not saying we shouldn't call it that. It's like, I do think we forget about some of the other elements of it and different reasons. And that's where I'm like, I don't get why some people do it, but people do it. And we'll talk about it. It's been in the news. I did want to ask you about the law in California that you worked on passing. I was like, I wrote down, what is it? AB
2375.
Oh, you got it. Okay, so this is California specific.
So this is California specific. What's interesting about this is actually California reached out to us. And they were like, why is this happening? Like, why is drink spiking so common here? And what can we do about it? And we basically just got on the phone with, it was Josh Lowenthal. He's the council member of Long Beach. It's been a long time, so I think that's what he is. But we were just talking to him for like 2 hours about, okay, this is what drink spiking is. This is typically like why it happens, kind of like what we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
And then this is how you can prevent it from happening. And about a year later, they ended up passing a law to mandate test strips and drink covers in all bars in California. So it's
all
really
bars
exciting.
Only, or like restaurants?
Type 48
like liquor licenses.
Yeah, Type 48. That's a good point. Type 48 license in California, and it's really, really important that we have both, because test strips, many of these test strips only detect a certain amount of drugs.
I was going to ask you about this.
Yeah, so these guys get a little smarter. They know we're using certain test strips. They're going to use something else. So that's the issue there. And then you're kind of waiting for these test strips to like develop.
Yeah.
You're sitting there seeing if like there's something in your drink, and then, you know, you look this way for a second. Okay, boom. So you need to prevent it from happening. That's why it's so important to have, you know, drink covers, because I think the drink covers are actually a little bit overlooked. I think people are really like, oh, I want to test my drink. And I'm like, but you also need to prevent this from happening.
Yeah.
So yeah, the law is a great start for where we're going. I think that the best part about it being mandated is it destigmatizes having drink covers. So bar owners actually hate us because they don't want to acknowledge that there's a problem at their bar.
Exactly.
So when there's a mandate, it's like, okay, everyone has to have this. And our mission has always just been like, why don't we just make this as easy as a napkin? Like, if you're in the bar and you want to grab a napkin, and
you just ask for a napkin.
So like, why don't we just make it the same thing?
But clarifying, it is like, you have to ask for these things.
So you have to ask. What we're working on right now, because like if you go to a bar in California, they probably don't even know about it right now.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
I mean, there are so many laws for anything around safety.
Yeah.
And just these protections. Like half the time people come on the show and are like, oh, I got an order of protection. And it's like, like enforcing these things is very hard.
Very hard.
Okay, so how are we getting them in the bars?
I know. So the first step is obviously like, the first step is mandating it. Second step is complying. So we have to educate these bars and like let them know that this is what's going on. And you know, we've been doing this on social media. A lot of people have been finding out about it because our videos go viral and like we talk about the law. And obviously that's not even our job though. Like we don't like that. It's not our job to do that, but we're educating people to be like, okay, go back to your bar in California and like let them know that this is required. So we have created a new product that is like a dispenser. It's like drink covers, straws, and napkins. So it's just kind of built into like the typical straw napkin thing that you go and grab.
And it's like a sticker, right? You're not giving everybody a scrunchie. It's just a sticker you put on the drink and throw it out.
Literally like a disposable sticker, and it comes out just like a little, think about like toilet paper almost. Like, so we are finishing up this product that this way it will avoid a bartender having to like go grab the drink cover and and someone who doesn't even want to be like, I want this, can just go and grab it.
Especially since we don't know whether bartenders are sometimes culprits as well.
It's a big problem. Yeah.
I'm like, that's such a good idea. And my mom used to work for a company called Cintas that like supplies the mats at a business and like does those dispensers. And I'm like, you need to connect with all of those huge companies that make all of the, their motto is like, ready for the workday.
Oh, wow. That's so interesting.
I reach out to Cintas.
That's a great idea.
I'll ask my mom. But okay, the drink test strip, I was going to ask you if it was like a good realistic thing, because this is not to criticize any other safety companies, but another company that donated a bunch of little test strips was Overdrive. They are like they're like edgy and cool.
Oh yeah.
But cool. I always emphasize, yes, this is like a single test strip. I think that's great that I can give that to people. They also offer fentanyl test kits. And at my workshops, I'm always like, I don't know what you do on your personal time. I don't care. But if you do anything, please test it.
Yeah.
So Overdrive is something where you can get strips.
That's great.
But when I used the drink test strip, I tried to use it in a bar, and I felt like I was just doing a COVID test in the middle of the bar.
Yeah, I know.
And it was not very convenient.
Yeah, I get that.
And it was a good test because, like you said, it tested for a lot of the different drugs that could be in there. But I was like, I'm not doing this on a night out if I'm getting a bunch of drinks.
We need to innovate there. There is something there. We need to innovate on that. Like, we need to make it so easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People also ask me about the nail polish. I feel like that's like a rumor at this point that people are like, oh, there's this nail polish that you can use and dip in your drink and it is
a rumor.
Find it.
It doesn't exist. Okay. Everyone knows about it though. Like,
because it's a good idea.
Everyone knows
if
about
true.
it. No, it is a great idea. I mean, I don't know. Like sometimes I'm like, do I want my fingers in my drink? Probably not.
Oh, that's a good point.
But like the concept's there, and I think there's definitely a way to build upon it, but it never came out. These guys raised millions of dollars for this test or the nail polish, and then it just never came out.
I wonder if they
I don't know.
couldn't.
Where
do
are they
it?
at?
They should have gone on Shark Tank.
They should have gone on Shark Tank. We should actually see like what they're doing.
I mean, yeah, because the more options for protecting ourselves, the better.
Yeah.
I love that you like tackled the first step though. Just like if we cover the drink,
Yeah.
it might seem simple. It's like wearing a seatbelt, but it is a huge, huge, huge thing.
Literally wearing a seatbelt or locking your car door. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What other safety companies do you like and recommend as we both look over to the friend you brought with you today?
I brought someone with me today. I was going to
ask that anyway.
Today. Well, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. This is very important. My best friend. I like to flex, so she's my best friend. Just kidding. I love you.
Just kidding. She's not your best friend.
No,
just kidding.
Just kidding. You're not my best friend. No. No, I'm like, let's get to the point, Shira. Like, stop. I could talk about Raja forever. So let me just like.
I'm like, I want to hear about your product too.
Yes.
Tell the people what's the product.
Yes. No, we definitely need to get Raja on here. This bracelet that I'm wearing, like right on my wrist right here, it can also come in necklaces, scrunchies, like all the different kinds of cool, discreet things. But if I click it twice, it alerts my friends and family of my location, that I'm in an emergency, and authorities. Yeah. Like, yeah. So,
and oh my God. Okay.
Yeah. So Invisaware could literally save your life. Like it's literally just it's a discreet panic button. And
I want it like,
you want to
we're like in,
do you want to like, here, this one actually.
I don't want to touch it because I don't want to set it off. And I'm curious, and I'm sure you can speak to this, but like how easy is it to set off the button?
Yeah, I guess.
Because I would be worried that I was like, it's gorgeous, first of all.
It's gorgeous.
It's so cute.
And Raja, correct me if I'm wrong. There's a code that you can type in on your phone if you accidentally click it.
Okay.
And yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's right.
For the video, I'm showing it like I'm on Wheel of Fortune.
It is like the most important piece of jewelry that I own because I just feel like so much safer when I go out with it. Like anywhere, when you're on a run, when you're on a walk, like whatever you're doing, like just to know that like this is on you. Actually, Raja and I have used it a couple of times, like when we're together a lot. So
okay, wait, I shouldn't be getting up, but I have to give you guys.
Oh my gosh, that's so sweet.
Okay, just so you can like, I have it on my water. I don't know, it's kind of dumb.
That's so
but
cute.
But these say my friends have my location.
Oh, that's so
if
cute.
You'd like a sticker,
oh my
I have
God,
two
please.
sides.
I love this.
Sizes. This is for you.
I love this.
And they're $3 on don'tgetkilledclub.com, and
this
all the proceeds go to the National Domestic Violence Hotline.
Oh, that's so sweet. We love that so much.
And I also have Support Women's Rage.
Oh, wow.
You know,
like so cool.
But anyway, this kind of fits perfectly because I am
perfectly.
very adamant about this is great. This is first date. Like,
yes,
if you don't have this on, you can't. Don't go on the date.
Don't go on the date. Like you need this at all times. Also, where was I going with that? Oh yeah, Raja and I were literally in a situation the other day that caught me super off guard. She had her Invisaware on her, but there was like an old man that like tripped over the sidewalk and he was on the ground, had suitcases, could not get up, and I was like freaking out. But by the time I was done freaking out, Raja had already called like the police with her jewelry, with her Invisaware. And
oh my God!
It's because it's like it's obviously for yourself, but you could always be in a situation where someone else needs it. So you never know. And all my friends have an Invisaware on them. Otherwise, they're not allowed to go anywhere.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And now I'm thinking back to some episodes where like domestic violence situations happened out of the blue.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't realize when you're going to need something. And as great as it is to have your phone, which is in the other room or whatever, like alarms on our keys.
Yeah.
I keep my pepper spray, but like none of those things are with you all the time if you've got a cute
They're not.
bracelet.
Actually, Raja's told me some amazing stories, but one of them that sticks out is there was a woman who was saved in a car accident because she couldn't reach her phone in the emergency, but she could reach her Invisaware on the keychain. So she actually was able to like save her own life because she was in a really scary situation. But yeah, to your point, like, of course, like this does translate to like domestic violence. And just like having it at all times is something that, you just never know when you're going to need it. So why not? Why not?
Invisaware.
Invisaware.
I know about it. I was like so excited to meet you. Thank you for joining.
You're so sweet.
Of course, we need to talk to you more.
Yes, we do.
So Invisaware, everybody has to go look at them. And then
Yes.
obviously NightCap.
Yes. What other safety products do we love? We use pepper spray.
I was sent a bunch from Bling Sting, so I always love to give them some love.
Okay.
Because they made it cute.
Okay.
But do you know Sarah Capsule?
I do.
She's making Bestie Defense.
Yes. I was actually supposed to see her this week.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
She's great and has also been supportive of the workshop. I call it like the Dyson of pepper spray.
Oh,
because it's like really nice. You know, I'm just telling everybody. She's creating a pepper spray that might be out yet. It's coming out soon, if not. And it's very like high end. The alarm goes off while the pepper spray is sprayed, so you don't have to be fumbling with all your buttons.
Wow.
It has a little thingy on the bottom, so if you have to go like psycho, like the movie on them, you can get them. And also it collects DNA.
Oh, yes.
And the pepper spray has the UV on it, so if they catch somebody later, they can make sure you're a perpetrator.
Wow, that's so awesome. We have friends at Safely. Sometimes I do this.
Safely
pepper spray. Sometimes I do. I haven't been as good, but we'll get like I've gotten a few times like everyone in the safety space like on these like calls where we talk about like the gaps in our legislation, like what do we need to fix. And
I will come.
You should be on these calls.
I don't have a product, but I have a lot of passion.
We have influencers come on too. They don't have products, but they just want to know what's going on. And
that was also one of my questions. I was going to ask like, how do we get involved in pushing legislation like this?
Oh, that's such a good idea. I mean, I should be giving you some type of toolkit or something. That's what I should give you. I think what you can do is just email.
Email your reps always.
Email your reps.
If there's something that's not.
And it's like we already have the blueprint, so like you can be like, oh, California did this. Look what we want. Like we should do this too. And actually, we just helped do the similar thing in Tempe, Arizona, where ASU is. So
great.
We were out there, and Tempe is like really excited about this. Staten Island wants to do it next, and I'm seeing stuff come out in my email. I was like, Ohio's next, Nashville, Pennsylvania. All these states are starting to want to like really talk about it.
So if you live somewhere that's not California, which many of you do, I mean, this could be something. What's the name again? AB 2375.
AB 2375. California.
Just something to reach out to reps about and say that you'd be interested in this happening in your state.
Yeah, it's already kind of written out for us, I feel. So it makes it a lot easier, especially like
copy paste.
Thank you, California. You're the best.
Hey, I love it here.
Yeah, it's great. We're also working on a bill in Boston right now, actually, too. That right now, if your drink gets spiked and you go to the hospital, like doctors will tell you to sleep it off because testing is not mandatory. So that's a big problem because you don't have data on drink spiking. The survivor never gets answers, and they have to live with that forever. And then they just don't. The toxicology tests are like thousands of dollars, and so
they don't do it unless if I came in and was like, I got drugged, do a test. Will they do it, or maybe
if you're very, 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 very lucky? It's like they won't do it unless you've been sexually assaulted, which is crazy.
They won't put up a stoplight until there's a huge accident and somebody dies. It's like, come on.
Yeah. It's wild. So the bill that we're working on will eliminate that. It'll basically mandate testing at hospitals. And we just came out, we didn't invent this product, but someone came to us with a new a way to test. It's like a molecular, like a COVID test.
Yeah.
So if you have been drugged and you have this test, which hopefully like hospitals will soon have, health centers too, you swab it, or it's like a little molecular test that can actually detect what time you were drugged.
Oh my God.
And then you can use it in court.
I was going to ask you, so maybe we're going to go into some stories that people unfortunately wrote. I posted on our Patreon asking about, if people have experienced this, and there were more than I don't know what I expected. Like I
get what you mean.
It was just like, I hate that it affects so many people in so many different ways. We had an episode recently that wasn't like a party situation, the Mind Control Romance it was called, if anyone wants to go revisit it. She was repeatedly drugged throughout her relationship and groomed. It was not like a you know, how it happens. It's not as simple as just a gullible person. She wasn't. He convinced her she had split personality, like a split personality disorder, and that when she was blacking out, it was because it was her other personality coming out.
That's
I know.
insane.
I know. So that's like something that's very diabolical and not as simple as a nightcap saving that.
Right.
But I did want to ask you, and I'm not asking you to be like scientist expert on all things drugging.
Yeah.
But do you have any tips for like signs to identify that you have been drugged, and then what to do if you think that's happened to you?
Yeah. I mean, it's so tough because it can show up differently in so many situations, but you start to like, you could foam at the mouth, you could become unconscious, like you could just feel dizzy, you could
I think gaps in memory
is a big one. People will always be like, oh, I never remembered this period to this period. I'm like, that's a big sign that you're
not just sick. Like you don't just have a fever.
No, it's definitely, that's a big one actually. What to do if you've been drugged. I mean, you know, obviously, hopefully you're with a friend that can get you either to the hospital or home. If you're lucky, that's the situation. But it's tough to say like what to do.
Well, the fact that the answer is tough is what's sad.
Yeah.
Because I love that you were talking about there's a developing test that could make it easy to move it forward if you do want to press charges or seek any kind of answers or justice. But it's like not easily accessible.
I would go to the hospital. Like that's what I would personally do. I hope, hopefully have someone drive me to the hospital, and that's what I would personally do.
I hope this doesn't happen to anybody ever.
Yeah, me too. So
sorry,
I know it's really hard because I feel like everyone has either known someone or had it happen to them.
Yeah,
and like there's never a time where it's like a good, like the lucky stories are the people that have someone with them to get them home, and then like they wake up the next day and
they're like, whoa,
they feel really sick, and typically people call out of work and it takes them like a few days to recover from this stuff.
I was like looking at your website yesterday. You have like what is the tests that you're selling that are also not, it was like use this code for like $1,000 off.
Oh yeah, quick. So that's the one I was telling you about.
Okay, so you are like,
those are the tests that like this test will basically just prove that if you have been drugged, and typically like the drugs leave your system really quickly, and sometimes you don't want it. You want to test yourself in your own home. So
especially if you think maybe your partner is.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you don't think it, but if there's unexplained behavior.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea.
Just having something like this at home, if anything were to happen, like, cause you really like, they leave your system pretty quickly. So you'd want to like take that test, and then it'll show up, and then you can actually timestamp it. And the point for the timestamp is to be able to go and check cameras, and then you can kind of figure out who potentially did it to you. The reason we added it to what we're doing is because we think it's really important for health centers to have, and we already sell directly to universities, health centers, and campus police departments, and like this is something they need to have. So we just added it because we're like, well, if they're coming to us already, this is something that they need. And this cannot be recreated. Like this is a product that someone came to us with that was like, this can be used for drink spiking. Like you need to help people with this.
Yeah,
we
like, need to get it to as many people as.
Yeah.
Or at least people need to know that it's an option they can get.
Yeah, it's an option.
Well, I'll yell about it.
I'll send you some.
Before the stories, couple, like what are some drink safety steps that people don't really think about or that people should just know? Like I was thinking about angel shots. Is that still a thing?
Yes. So angel shot is a discreet way of asking for help at the bar. So if you feel uncomfortable, you can go up to the bartender and ask for an angel shot, and that means I need help.
Yeah.
So those are just like little terminologies that like will give you peace of mind that you can use at the bar. Most bartenders do know about this, and we spread a lot of awareness about this on social media as well. To get that conversation going. No, of course. I mean, it's very important. And the red zone is also a term that I like to tell people because as someone who went to college for a little bit of time, I never learned about what the red zone was.
I don't know what that is.
So the red zone is a time period from August to Thanksgiving break where sexual assault cases rise by 50%, which is basically that first semester. Freshman females.
That makes sense.
Yeah, freshman females are the most vulnerable. And I think if people just know the term, they can be more aware and they can just navigate things differently. Like I had no idea that until after college what this meant. I learned about it when I was talking to a nonprofit. I was like, the what zone? Like that's not, no one knows about that. I'm learning it now.
Yeah. I've never heard that.
No one knows about that. That should be the first thing you learn at a university.
Yeah.
You know, like that should be something that's ingrained in the teachings there.
It should be. And it shouldn't be, man, I keep coming up with questions. I want to go to my stories. Maybe last one. Like, I remember in college feeling very like, you don't get drugged. You don't get it yourself into any dangerous situation. And it felt almost like it would be my fault if I did. Like I was told so much, like, you be careful about this. Like, don't be stupid. And it's like, am I being stupid or am I a target?
Right.
In personal experiences, there have definitely been things where I've been like, I'm not going to tell anybody about this because I feel dumb and I was vulnerable and I should have been smarter. I've been sometimes struggling with this with messaging with the workshop where I don't want to seem like I'm saying you have to learn self-defense or else you aren't being you know what? I don't want to victim blame. That's what it is. Of
course.
So how do you like balance having a product that is for the potential victims while also putting the responsibility on perpetrators?
Yeah. I think it's never ever your fault. Like that's number one. Like it's never your fault, no matter what happens, period. And then on the other side of things, like we should all be taking self-defense classes. We should all know, you know, how to defend ourselves. It's important. And I think that it's empowering. Like we should be empowering ourselves to just like double up on security. Why not wear an Invisawear and a nightcap at the same time and take a self-defense class on the weekend?
Why not?
It's just like, you know, stacking your education, your skills. Like, why not? It's kind of just like, okay, now I know that if I'm ever in a situation, I'm prepared. But it is never your fault.
Knowledge is power.
Yeah.
And I've found through doing these workshops that even though I'm certainly not an expert, not going to win any like Karate Kid competitions, I do feel like,
you sure?
You know what? Maybe we'll see. But it just like makes it feel nice to have it in my body where I'm like, oh, I know. Even if I have fight or flight in the moment, I at least know like, I don't know. I'm like talking about these things with you. I'm talking about these things with my friends. It's normalized.
It's normalized.
That we would not be completely blank if something happened.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that.
I hope.
She's the Karate Kid.
I'm the Karate Kid. Let's read some things that people have sent us, which are obviously not super fun, but important. And I'm very grateful for the people that were willing to share the stories they've had because it will, if anything, if this episode gets one person to buy a nightcap or to
just be
a little more aware, that's all we want.
Yeah.
Okay, so this first one, very important. It's quick. I have a story that is a PSA for our guys as well. Thankfully, this one has a good ending. My husband's best friend was out downtown with some friends, and his drink ended up getting spiked. He'd never done drugs before, so he didn't realize what was going on, but felt really out of it really fast. The woman he had been out with got him in her car as he could barely walk. She took him to her apartment, and the whole time he was loopy, talking about how kind she was, not knowing what was going on. She started taking off his clothes, and he wouldn't stop talking about how nice she was and how cute her cat was. That was the final straw, and she stopped what she was doing, literally said, "You're too wholesome. This is too much. Call a friend and get out of here." So he sat against the outside of her apartment until his friends came to pick him up. So thankfully he got out unscathed, but a good reminder for our guys to keep an eye on their drinks too.
Yes.
And I just wanted to make sure we read that as emphasizing we kind of already talked about it, but.
No, it's so important. Guys too. I hear it from all the time. Yeah. And
people think this is a man-hating show. We are not.
Yeah.
It just statistically happens that a lot of the things that stories we get are men doing bad stuff.
No, it happens to everyone.
Everybody's can be bad.
Yeah, that's an important story though. I mean, we did talk about it already, but yeah.
I'm just glad he's okay. But
yeah. That's so scary. So
And then
scary.
the other thing with all of these is, can he prove it if he doesn't get a test right away? Like, can he go back and try to, you know what I mean? Like, there's not a lot to do for these.
Yeah. Typically after 72 hours, like it's out of your system.
That's what it is.
The test that we have is like up to 5 days, but
okay,
you got to have the test on you, you know?
That's better.
Yeah.
Okay, this one made me sad because it was also, she turned out okay, but still, it was just like everybody has a story.
Yeah.
In my early 20s, I lived at my local dance hall Thursday to Saturday and sometimes Wednesdays. I knew the people and I felt so safe and so comfortable. And let's also make it clear, I have a very high tolerance and have always known my limit with what kind of booze I can drink and how much of it before I'm unsafe. I had one, she made that very clear, single vodka cranberry. And before I made it halfway through, I started to feel like I had 8 Long Islands. And for those that don't drink, a Long Island iced tea is hella strong.
Mm-hmm.
I decided to go home shortly after feeling that way. And I called my bestie and made her stay on the phone with me until I got home. She called me the next day, and I honestly felt like I got hit by a train. That exact phrasing I hear a lot when people talk about what happened to them.
Hit by a train?
Like they got hit by a car or bus. Like they just feel like they woke up the next day. I don't know. People use that phrase a lot.
Yeah.
I was miserable, had chills, super shaky, had no recollection of even leaving the bar or calling my friend. I then learned to definitely have a trusted someone watch my drink if I got up to dance. And when I'm standing there, not actively sipping, I hold my drink from the top so nothing can go in my drink without my knowledge. Good start. Let's get you a nightcap. Then I responded back asking if the venue did anything. Because to me, the hard thing about this story is that she was so comfortable there. Like that was a place that was her home away from home in a way. And she did say, I actually ended up going back to the next week. And she said, man, my 20s were wild. And spoke with the regular bartender who got the owner involved because she was the 3rd or 4th girl that complained.
Oh, no.
They didn't catch who did it, but they did take it to heart and were very genuine about the situation. Everyone was safe as you can be. Nothing physical happened, but, you know, they have to live with that.
They do. Yeah, they do.
She just thinks that whoever did it was practicing their method to make the next step, truly hopes that they never got that far. I mean...
Wow. Do you feel like a lot of these stories that you heard had a commonality?
Yes. I think I noticed a lot of people saying, I don't talk about this a lot, or I'm even not sure about talking about this because I'm not sure what happened to me. And the confusing element of these stories, I think, is one of the hardest things because you're carrying this forever, but you don't have answers. Some people might not believe you. You might doubt yourself. You might just be like, oh, I was the sloppy friend. I didn't realize I drank too much.
Yeah.
It's very easy to walk away from these and doubt yourself.
Do you feel like shame was like the biggest common thing? Yeah. There's a lot of shame around it. People blame themselves and they shouldn't. But
you shouldn't.
No, you should never. But it's so... common for people to feel like they did something to themselves, and then they go through this mental game of convincing themselves that maybe nothing happened or it was their fault, like the whole thing, and then they live with it forever. But I do think talking about it does heal.
Well, thanks for being here and talking about it.
Oh, yeah.
I hope it does. And I'm sorry to everybody that wrote something. And I can't even.
I mean, to know, I just want people to know, like, they're not alone. Like, there are a lot. This happens a lot. And unfortunately, they're not alone. But.
Yeah. I'm not going to read this long story, but there was a submission about a woman who was sexually assaulted when she was drugged. And she knows now that her rapist has a family. And she sees him on Facebook and he has kids and he's like living his life. And I think we, at least with dating detectives, we fall into the trap of being like, what a monster. Like they're not even human that they could do something so evil.
Yeah.
Like, do you have any stats on what the typical profile of a person doing this is, or what, like, it's not always just monster villain bad guys. It's like the guy you grew up with.
Yeah, I can't say that there's a typical profile. I've heard a lot of stories of people saying that it was their uncle, their friend, their ex-husband, stuff like that. So very common for it to be someone you know. And this is my theory on it. Not a professional here, but this is my theory on it. A lot of the people that we typically can hang out with like are already users of these substances. So they may think that they're doing you a favor.
Just by slipping a little, ketamine
yeah.
in, because at least in LA, I feel like
like you should have some fun. Like lighten
everywhere.
up a little bit. You should have some fun. Like so they'll do that. It may have a different reaction on someone else than if someone who's using it all the time. And same with something like a Xanax. Like people just have that stuff on them. So to them, it's like, it's not a big deal. But at the same time, it is a big deal. Like, what do you think you're doing?
I mean, it's obviously not consensual, and you just don't know you don't know what medication that person's on. You don't know.
Yeah, that's another thing that does not mix well with the medications that people are on. It's really scary. But I think when I say it's like the most common person to spike your drink is someone that you know, people are like, what? No, like why?
It's the same thing with domestic violence.
Yeah.
And it feels wrong. I never want people to walk away from us being like, I can't trust anyone.
I know.
Trust but verify.
Yeah, trust but verify. And just like just knowing this is really the first step. And like I think that goes a long way.
And trust your femtuition. That's what we say.
Femtuition.
And it doesn't just have to be femtuition.
I love that.
I think of it as like, the intuition that is very specific to your own experience.
Yes.
The feminine experience or themtuition, mentuition,
whatever
you want.
I love that so much.
Okay. Last story. This one's kind of long, but it's about a place that I have frequented, a bar specifically.
Oh, okay.
That you might know of too.
Yeah.
It's actually the bar that inspired the song Pink Pony Club.
Really?
That's the Abbey. I know. Kind of devastating.
No way.
Yeah. All right. Ready?
I'm gonna go read those lyrics now.
In 2021, the world was just starting to open up again after COVID lockdown. Restaurants were reopening, people were vaccinated, and it felt like maybe we could finally do normal things again. So my friends and I made plans to go to drag brunch at the Abbey in West Hollywood. There were 3 of us, and none of us are huge party girls, but after so long apart, we just wanted to do something fun. We weren't going to rage, we were just excited to be out in public again, sitting at a table with music and people all around us. And the Abbey was busy in the way that gay clubs on that street always are on a Saturday. If you know Santa Monica Boulevard in WeHo, I lived like 2 blocks away for a while. So it's my casual neighborhood gay bars. Loud music, packed tables, drag queens performing between the aisles, everybody cheering and filming. It felt like everyone was celebrating being outside again. We ordered mimosas. I put my card down and kept the tab open. We were not planning to drink much, but 1 or 2 mimosas at brunch didn't seem like a big deal. And she said some context about me. Never been someone who blacks out. I might get a little buzzed, but I've never been someone who throws up or passes out, etc. As we sat there, such a writer, as we sat there waving dollar bills for the drag queens, I remember feeling normal at first and then very suddenly not normal at all. I didn't feel tipsy, just off. My body felt heavy and weird. I got dizzy. I tried to stand up and felt like I couldn't control my balance. I remember thinking this is strange, but also feeling so embarrassed immediately. I did not want to be the person falling over themselves and getting sloppy, but I pretty quickly couldn't control it. Became obvious to my friends that something wasn't right, and I could tell they were switching into the we need to take care of her mode. It wasn't even 2 p.m, and I was completely disoriented. Even writing this now, I still feel that pang of embarrassment for being the sloppy drunk girl, even though I know better today. As we started to leave the restaurant, I tripped and fell. Most of this part is what I've been told by my friends, who thankfully took care of me and got me home safely. But I hit my head on the ground, and apparently a waiter helped them get me up again. I barely remember waiting for the Uber or getting in the car with my friends and getting home. Certainly don't remember finishing brunch, closing out my tab, or signing the receipt at the restaurant. There are gaps. So at home, my friends got me into my apartment and put me in bed. They were also a little drunk, nowhere near my level, but I don't blame them for leaving me in bed at the time. They thought I would sleep it off, which you said, and wake up hungover and turn out totally fine. Instead, she woke up around midnight, like over the toilet with one hand like in the toilet bowl. I know. At some point, I must have gotten up to go there and I fell asleep there. I started throwing up again over and over. Did not feel like a normal hangover. Felt violent and nonstop. She called her mom. Her mom said, go to the ER. I probably should have, but I felt so awful and weak that I couldn't imagine it, like figuring out how to get myself there. So that's another thing. People were like, oh, go to the hospital. Can you?
Right.
Like, you're out of it. Eventually, she fell asleep, and she can't really tell if it took hours or minutes for that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Next morning, she noticed some bruises all along the side of her body. That must have happened when she fell.
Mm-hmm.
Her head hurt really bad, and in the days and months after, she had a lingering headache and symptoms that felt like a concussion.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is interesting to me. When I looked at my bank statement, I saw I had left a higher tip than usual, around 30%. So not outrageous, but more than she normally would, especially as a 23-year-old with an entry-level salary. It bothered me because I did not remember signing anything. Like I said, this all happened when I was 23. I didn't tell anyone outside of my close friends and my mom because I was so embarrassed and honestly just wanted it to go away. I kept questioning myself. Maybe I just had too much alcohol, or maybe I hadn't had alcohol in a long time. Maybe I was the sloppy friend and didn't realize it. Even if I was drugged, maybe I should have watched my drink more carefully. Maybe I should have known better. I still go back and forth like that sometimes. But the thing is, neither of her friends felt anything close to that. And in the years since, she has started to hear other stories about the Abbey that made her think more seriously about what might have happened. The similarities were hard to ignore, down to the fact that many of us really can't prove anything. I don't have a toxicology report. I just know what I experienced, and I know it wasn't normal for me. So for a long time, she stayed quiet because she was ashamed and unsure. But now, at 28, I know this is truly an epidemic that none of us deserved. I just hate to see places like the Abbey continue to be staples of Los Angeles and never face true accountability. So obviously this is alleged. I have to say that.
Yes.
But
yes, for sure. Because this venue continues to come up on my radar as well.
Talk about it.
Yeah.
What have you heard recently?
Recently. I mean, it's in the news this week.
Yeah.
And we had Lisa Rinna. Is that how you say her name? Lisa Rinna?
Lisa Rinna.
Rinna, yeah.
Real Housewife.
Yeah.
Trader extraordinaire on the Traders. Well, I won't spoil anything. But
she had fentanyl in her system, and she claims it was at this particular venue. And this venue is like the one that comes up in our emails, our comment section. Like, it's
almost a joke at this point. Like a running joke.
People know that it happens. Like, Hanna Mojo, I tried to send you this video.
Right, I have to watch it.
She was talking to Trisha Paytas on a podcast the other day addressing what happened. And she's like saying how it happened. I think it happened to her. I think it happened to Brooke. I think it happened to like all their friends at this venue. So it's like, how is everyone saying this? They've also been in the news for it a few times. Like, I think talking to the owner. And obviously it's like, why hasn't this been addressed? I will say, allegedly.
Right.
I've heard that it is possible for a venue to have a bottle of Tito's here and then have a bottle of Tito's here. And one of the bottles already has things inside of it.
I've heard this too.
So if you're going to go and look at the footage like Lisa did, it's not there because it's already in the bottle. So she probably feels crazy. Probably. I've been able to contact her, so I can't tell her
Lisa,
this.
we would love to talk to you.
But
I love her.
I don't know if anyone sold her that. But like, that is also what these kinds of places allegedly do.
Well, I've read about that happening in other places where they just have a special bottle. And sometimes it's hard. Again, I feel naive sometimes because I'm like, why? If you're not trying to sexually assault someone, not that that makes sense to me either, but it does seem like a clear motive.
Mm-hmm.
This tip story was interesting because I was like, is it just as simple as trying to like steal a phone or write in a higher tip? And is it a ring of the employees?
Yeah.
We don't know.
We don't know.
Am I allowed to even say that? I don't know.
It's definitely a good.
We'll run this by our lawyer.
Allegedly, just
yeah, very allegedly.
Yeah.
This podcast is entertainment purposes,
but it's
only.
right, exactly. And also, like, you're just asking questions, like as anyone would.
It's true.
I had a friend a few years ago who's pretty, she's like an influencer on Instagram and TikTok. She called me one day. She was like, this happened. Like, she's like, I just woke up. This is what happened to me last night. And it was at this same place that's been mentioned. And she was saying how the whole night there were these like people watching her and like looking. Yeah. There were people watching her and she felt like she was being trafficked.
Like
that's
being
what she
targeted
felt.
for potential.
Like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm glad she's okay.
Awful.
That's
but then
so scary.
I heard it again from another person who's like pretty big online. It's interesting. I don't know if it's like they're targeting people that are in the spotlight or if it's just LA. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. That might just be, I don't know. I just came up with that. But I've heard it from multiple people that it's happened to them there.
Right. So
allegedly.
I'm not gonna go there. Everybody can do what they want. But
well,
I do think
I want to go there today.
True. We are going after this. So we happen to be around the corner right now.
Yeah. It's crazy too.
We're not going to get drinks. We'll clarify.
Not touching a thing.
We're going to maybe publicly shame.
Yes. And I want to have some conversations, to be honest. But I was actually thinking about going there after this, like a week or two ago, like when we scheduled this. I was like, or when the stuff started to come out about Lisa, I was like, I got to go there. Got to just go there. And then you texted me, let's go there. And I was like, we got to go there.
Again, not to get drinks. I was let me be very clear. I'm going to.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it. We're going to spread some awareness. And
tell people to get a nightcap.
I would also like to just talk to some people at the venue and be like, look, you guys have a very bad
reputation.
Anyway, I don't even know what I'm going to say, to be honest, right now. But I would like to
shout out to Calvin, our social media intern, because he was just blowing up my phone. Like, you should make this content. You should ask them this. Ask this. So shout out Calvin. He gave us ideas.
Oh,
we'll have to look.
Oh, I'm excited. I actually love watching people's reactions too, because they get so, like, when they are guilty of something.
Oh.
I had an experience recently with someone who owns a really big bar, and I was asking him advice because I know bar owners like don't like me. We're friends, but they don't want to work with me.
You're so one of us. I want you need to meet Mackenzie too, because she's so her PI stuff. She's just the same way. Like, they fucking hate me because I called them on their shit.
Yeah,
Good for you. Continue.
No, it's just. I've been doing this for so long that I get certain reactions from certain people, and bar owners and club owners are they're uninterested. They don't want to address it. So I talked to a club owner recently that owns a very big venue. And when I talked to them, I was like, this is going to be great. Like, I can get in front of them, kind of like feel, how they know what I do. We know each other. So like, how are they going to react when I'm in front of them? And when I got in front of them, they were very skeptical, I would say. And then I started asking advice. I wasn't pitching myself. I was like, if you were me, how would you get into bars? Because we need this product where and when, people need it. Like, we need to make this accessible.
Very easy for people to get.
It's like, why are bars and clubs the last people that want to work with us? That doesn't make any sense. It should be number one. It should be accessible. And so I asked him, like, what is your advice for me? Oh, I asked them, what is your advice for me? And they said, no one's doping people at my club. And it was so interesting to me because I wasn't pitching. I was asking a question. They got very defensive.
Like very defensive, answering a question before you even asked.
Yeah.
And
just icky vibes.
Yeah.
And I wasn't a fan. And now I don't know what to do with this information because I'm like,
now I'm on to you.
And now I am more motivated to tell people that they do need to protect themselves because no one's going to do it for you.
No. And maybe we can't rely on those. Obviously, I'm sure there's someone listening that owns a bar. That's wonderful.
Yes.
But we can't rely on other people. We have to kind of take it into our own hands.
Yeah.
Which you've done.
Which I hope we all do.
And you started at 16. So what will the future bring?
To be honest, if anyone wants to start a business, like, you can do anything. You can literally do anything.
Hmm.
Also, like, this stuff used to be on my vision board. Like, we're here.
Yeah,
I have this
your
photo
media?
on my vision board.
Oh, I mean, it was on mine. Are you kidding?
Yeah, I'm
the fact that
sure.
we're working with you.
Oh,
Dear media, we love you.
we do.
Thank you for hosting us today. Thank you for coming and talking to me because I hope
Thanks.
people learned from you. And like I said, if the only thing that comes out of it is a reminder before someone goes out this weekend,
Yeah.
or to go explore NightCap, that's what I really hope people do.
Whatever you want to do.
Oh yeah, where can we find you? Where can people buy it?
TikTok shop, Amazon, and our website, nightcap.com. And if you're like a SGA student for some reason, maybe you are in student government or a university or know someone, we do a lot of bulk orders, universities, military bases, nonprofits, sports teams,
So smart.
etc. All the things. We do everything.
If you come to my next self-defense workshop, which is in LA at the end of March, I'll give you one.
Yes, come.
I give them out and I give you pepper spray. And
Yes.
what else do I have? I have
Hannah will
Pepper
never
spray.
run out of nightcaps. So just keep going to the workshops.
my house has so much pepper spray, so many nightcaps. I look like a bad doomsday prepper.
Oh no.
But like, if you need pepper spray, I
protecting
got
us.
it. I literally have two if you need pepper spray too. But thank you so much. I love
Oh my
talking to you.
gosh.
And
Thank you. And Invisaware.com, right?
Yes.
Invisaware.com.
We're gonna
And
put
we'll
all
get
these links.
Raja on here hopefully
mean-
as soon as we can.
I'm down. I'm so down, and I want one. I'm buying one. No, you don't. Stop. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
She'll
thank
probably
you.
like fade out into music now.
Do.
Yeah.